All right, good morning. We'll go ahead and get started. My name is Kelly Amadeo, and I am the director here at St. Luke's Little School. At the end, after I finish sharing some information with you, I'll go ahead and allow for some for some questions, and you can just turn on your video and wave at me, and we can get your questions answered. So I wanted to talk a little bit about our Explorers program. It's actually one of it is our most popular class option. It usually fills within the first day or two of registration. This year, registration is going to open up on January 5th at 9 a.m. You'll have two different ways to register. You can bring the form in and hand it to your child's teacher at drop-off on the 5th, or you can email it to us, but if you send it before 9 a.m., it won't be accepted. So you can send a registration form after 9 a.m. on January 5th, and you can send that to my email address or Amanda's email address, who does our registration for us. So our Explorers class is designed specifically for meeting the needs of 5-year-old children who are not yet in kindergarten. The students need to turn 5 between April 1st and October 1st. This means that they'll be set up to attend kindergarten the following year. Explorers focuses on all of the major domains of development, and I have those domains here. We'll talk a little bit more about those as well. But these are the 11 developmental domains of early childhood education, and it includes stuff like literacy and logic and reasoning and math and science and whatnot. And so our Explorers program continues to really focus on those domains of education. But really what we begin to really focus on is kindergarten readiness. They explore the world around them through a variety of curriculums and information put together to help them meet all of their goals. Our goal for the program is to encourage students to become independent and to be incredibly successful in the kindergarten classes. They begin to bring backpacks instead of the little school bags that the rest of our classes use. The backpacks are used as a teaching tool. Students learn how to put their lunches in there. They learn how to put their papers in there, and they learn some kind of responsibility for having their own program. The program is also designed to work on self-esteem and confidence and social skills as well. The program we are offering 2 different options next year. We will offer our Monday, Wednesday, Friday option, and we will also offer a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday option. And if you wanted to do 5 days a week, you could tack on STEAM on Fridays if you wanted to make it a 5-day program as well. Our tuition is staying the same for next year. So for the 3-day-a-week program, it'll be $300 a month. And for the 4-day-a-week program, it'll be $385 a month. And that information will be available as well on our registration paperwork too. Before I get too much into the curriculum, I wanted to read you a letter that I received from a parent who reached out to me and said, I really want to write a letter for your Explorers informational meeting just so parents know how much we love the program. And it starts off by saying, my name is Michelle. I wanted to take a moment to write a testimonial about our experience with the Explorers program. We are a St. Luke's Little School alumni, and all of our 4 children have attended St. Luke's Little School. Our 2 oldest attended the Explorers program. I had a son who attended and a daughter as well. Both of my children have late summer birthdays, so I was interested in the Explorers program right away. Personally, I knew I was not going to send them to kindergarten even though they both made the cutoff. As a public school teacher, I did not want my own children to be the youngest in the class. I was looking for a program that focused on social skills and play along with academics. The Explorers program fit that bill perfectly. Both kids were so excited to get to explore the world in their classroom. They both loved all of the art projects and fun activities they did throughout the day. My daughter loved centers, especially playing house. Both my son and daughter have projects that they made in their Explorers classes that are still hung in their rooms today. We have numerous projects around the house from throughout the year. Some of our Christmas decorations include ornaments. We also have Mother's Day gifts, stick horses, pictures of the Explorers program throughout the year. These are all of the things that my kids still cherish even now. I feel this was a very monumental year for maturity and for being ready for the next year in school. Both of my kids learned a lot and were very ready for kindergarten, both emotionally and academically. My son and daughter are very different in personality and in learning style, and the program worked well for both of them. I'm so glad we found the Explorers program, and I have never questioned if I made the right decision to have them attend. My kids loved this year of school, and we still keep in touch with our Explorers teachers. We are very blessed to have found this program in St. Luke's Little School in general. So that kind of goes along with what we have found to be the case with a lot of our parents, is that they have never regretted having their child attend the Explorers program. I've had many parents for different reasons select the Explorers program. Mostly, many of our parents don't want their children to be the youngest in kindergarten because it also has some long-term effects, such as your child is on the younger end when it's their turn to drive. They go to college at a younger age. And so it has long-term effects, just even the aspect of when certain milestones occur. One of the other reasons our parents pick the Explorers program is for sports. I've had a couple parents who said that they didn't want their child to be on the smaller end because of their later birthday, and so they have picked the Explorers program, so they're a little bit bigger for the following school year. We've had parents who have really wanted to have their child to get individualized instruction to better prepare them academically before they go into a classroom of 20 to 25 children. Our Explorers classes never go above 12 children. We always have a lead teacher with the Explorers program, and then there's an assistant teacher as well that goes between the two classes for that day. I've had other parents who have wanted to help their children learn more independent skills and develop more confidence too. That's a big one. We really work on confidence building for those students. We also really work on advocating for yourself and teaching the children to stand up and say, hey, I need help with this, or I'm not understanding this, to raise their hand, to offer information, to answer questions. So we have seen our students leave the Explorers program with tremendous confidence that just allows them to really be successful in their kindergarten classes the following year. You'll often hear some of our teachers, our 4-year-old teachers, call it the gift of a year. And it's just kind of giving your child another opportunity to get more independent skills, more academic skills, more social skills before they're in larger classrooms. One of the things I wanted to go through was the curriculum in general. So as I showed you before, there's 11 developmental domains. They are used for building the state standards, the academic standards for children ages 0 through 3rd grade. So that gets to about the 8-9-year-old stage. And so all the curriculums that you find in Colorado and around the nation follow those 11 developmental domains. And so they all hit on those. And that includes what we use here at Little School. The Explorers program uses something different. They'll integrate parts of our curriculum with our 3s and 4s, but they go into their own curriculum a little bit more. So they'll touch on Letterland, they'll touch on Learning Without Tears, but really they really focus more on what their own individual program is. And this here is a booklet. This is actually a passport. And within the passport, the children travel around the world. And in fact, on Monday this week, all 3 of my Explorers teachers were dressed as flight attendants. So they have full flight attendant gear, and they do a mock flight where they fly out. They make a beautiful video, and they do a flight where they fly to their next continent or next part of the world. And then they get a little stamp on their passport to show where they've been, and they go around to the different parts of the world. And then the curriculum is designed to be focused around that part of the world while hitting those 11 developmental domains. So also within the curriculum, or within the passport, there are some short little activities for them. So this is kind of the progression of where they've been, and then there's a map, so they learn about where in the world they're learning about at that time. So they start with that. then the other part of it is they have some booklets that go along. So they have, this is one of our Explorers booklets, and this has been worked on over the years, and our teachers have modified it into what they like, to kind of make the program fit their needs and fit all of the 11 developmental domains even better. So this is a rhyming book. Within the rhyming book, they have different stories they read. They talk about rhyming. They start to put the words together. They start to form sentences and put stories and comprehension together. To go along with the rhyming book, they have different ideas of, like, so if they have a rhyming book that talks about cat, they'll talk about different things that rhyme with cat, what doesn't rhyme with cat, and they start to really hone in on the phonemic awareness and phonics of all of the understanding of language development. This is probably one of my favorite parts too. In the kindergarten curriculums across Douglas County and Littleton especially, they focus a lot on sight words, and so do our Explorers. So they are getting a lot of really great information to prepare them for being really successful. So here's an example of a sight word worksheet in their booklet that they kind of work on the word not, and then they go through multiple activities that hit different developmental domains. So for example, in this particular page that I just showed you, they learn about the word not, they trace the word not, they write the word not, they use it in a sentence, then they work on actually graphing the word in terms of how the sound works. Then they read a little tiny snippet with the word not in it a couple times, and then they actually cut and glue the letters together. So they're working on kinesthetic learning as well. So it's a really great opportunity for the children to really learn more than just the word itself, but a lot of information that kind of goes along with the word. To determine readiness for kindergarten, our Explorers progress reports. So our progress reports are specific for each age level. Our 4-year-olds one is based off of what is called the Kindergarten Readiness Checklist. You guys all received this before Thanksgiving break in your child's bag. If you didn't, contact us and we'll make sure you get another copy. I've got plenty of these in our classrooms as well. So this checklist just goes through, is my child able to do these things? Now, what I want you to keep in mind is that children hit milestones at vastly different rates, and that's completely okay. This is just kind of giving an overall picture and should never be used to determine if your child is ready for kindergarten or Explorers or what they are. It just kind of gives you an idea of the curriculum that is followed at the kindergarten level, as well as also our Explorers program. So you received that, like I said, in your bags, and so take a look at that and kind of get an idea of what we focus on too. So our goal is when they leave the Explorers program, they are ready for kindergarten, like our four-year-olds are as well, but they also leave with kindergarten skills already in place. What that does is that when they go into the kindergarten program, when they get into those classes, they have actually mastered enough of those skills that their confidence really soars. They feel successful. They've seen the stuff. It's not as new. It's not as intimidating. And they just do such a really great job with blending in with their classes because they have had the Explorers program. One of the other things I wanted to talk about was how to get registered for that. So we offer, we're doing registration a little differently this year. We're going to be, we're going to open up registration for our currently enrolled families first, and then we will, the next week, we will open it up to the public. So that gives you guys kind of a chance to get registered with us before the public is able to register. And that kind of gives you just a little step up. And like I said, our Explorers program fills almost immediately every single year. And so if you are on the fence with deciding between kindergarten and Explorers, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to register for both. So register with your neighborhood school or your school of choice, and also register with us. That gives you a couple more months to kind of decide, okay, where is my child falling? Where are they ready? And it kind of gives you a little bit more time to decide what you would like to do. We ask though, however, if you're considering kindergarten, that you just write that on the top of your registration form. It just kind of gives us a heads up with how many classes we have to plan and how many teachers I need to hire for that program. And so it kind of gives us a little bit of a benefit there with knowing what we need to prepare for. It does not alter your place in line or your registration in any way. It just gives us a heads up that you might be considering kindergarten as well. I think that is all that I have for right now. So if you guys have any questions, just pop your video on and unmute yourself, and we'll get your questions answered. One thing too to consider is that you can always, if you get home later tonight, or if you think in a couple days that you have a question, feel free to email me. I can answer email over the break. I can answer it over the weekends. And so I can usually get back to you easily through email. Registration paperwork will be posted on our website the week before we leave. So our last day is December 17th. And our registration form, you only need to fill out that one general form. That form will be on our website that last week of our December. So you can go ahead and check that out and fill it out. And then you can submit it to us either through email or bringing it into your classroom on the 5th at 9 o'clock. Don't submit anything before 9 o'clock. We'll send it back. That way it just keeps it a fair game for everyone. Again, if there aren't any questions, we will, oh, Jennifer, hello. Hi, what's your question? Oh, Jennifer, you're on mute.
There we go. Okay. It's a quote of the year, isn't it?
Yes.
So for the Explorers program, is the registration taken in the order that it's received for the kids who are allowed?
Yep. Yep, we timestamp all of them. So as they come in, we stamp them with a date and the time, and then we keep them in order as well. So it's the first come, first serve thing.
Okay, perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Are there any other questions? All right, wonderful. Well, again, reach out to us at any time, and we can help you answer or we can help answer any of the questions you guys have. And I appreciate you stepping on and listening about our Explorers program. It's fantastic and we're very proud of it. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and we'll talk soon. Take care.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, April. See you later.
Hey, Kelly. I have one question.
Sure.
So Emma is my first, and I grew up in a different state. So what is the cutoff for the ages for them to start kindergarten? Like the youngest would be born in what month?
So it's you want to double check with your individual school, but I would say 99% of the schools, it is an October 1st cutoff date. So They have to be 5 by October 1st.
Okay.
So that's why we do the April to October 1st cutoff for the Explorers program, is so our kids fall into an appropriate age level for going into kindergarten the following year.
Okay, that's all I need to know.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.